Hey, welcome back to Mount Pleasant Farm, and this will be part 12 of the barn renovation. Today we're starting on the other side, the other load-bearing side of the barn, and let me take you on a quick tour of what we're going to be starting to do today. Okay, so you see we finished the back. That was the first thing we did, and we did the other side. Now we're going to move on to this side. Looks like there used to be a couple of old windows here that I will close up. I'll actually be putting in a new double hung window up front towards the door. Back here I'll be putting in an entry door to walk in. I'll probably build the entry door myself. All the pre-hung stuff won't really fit in the space I need to put this in. It's going to go in between that rafter you see sticking off there in the center and the 6x6 that's behind this gap between these two windows. So it's going to be about a 30-inch by 6-foot door. I'm dealing with some structural stuff inside that I want to keep in place, so that's no problem. 6-foot by 30 door is fine for the side entry for a barn. It's no big deal. We'll still have two big barn doors up front when I finish. There's those two nice windows we found up in the loft that Carly's going to clean up, probably make picture frames or something out of. But anyway, this is what we're doing. Same process as before. I'll get this thing stripped about halfway down, at least down to the 6x6. That way we're not taking off too much at one time, and then same stuff as before. Rebuild the structure inside that needs to be rebuilt. This side does not seem to be as rotted as before as the other side, so hopefully it'll go quicker, but I know better than to say that because so far this barn has proven me wrong every time. But you can see we got plenty of stuff eaten up on the siding and the bottom. Still got that trusty old super hard 100-plus-year-old foundation to deal with, and it's just more of the same old stuff. I stopped at Lowe's today and got some more supplies. So we're going to let the chickens out here in a minute. They're antsy to get out, and I'm going to get some things going here and start taking this apart. And I do have the camera on the tripod so you can watch some stuff happen. People seem to like the fast forwarding stuff, going through the whole process, so I'll try to get some of that done. Anyway, follow along and we'll see what we get into. Well, there you have it. The stripping of the siding is done. All the way down to the foundation, all the way down to the big 6x6 in the middle. And right now, we've got a bunch of lumber up there still in the loft on this side. I knew it was there, but now I can access it and get it out without getting in the loft and killing myself. So that'll be the next thing, is get on the ladder and see what's up there. Might be some gems up there, who knows? Getting up close here, you can see that angle brace I thought was good is really nasty on this side. Anywhere this stuff had tar paper on it, I swear to God, termites love tar paper. Anywhere the tar paper was, we got a lot of rot. So this corner post here I know is really solid, about an inch in, so I'm gonna have to leave that. I do not feel like pulling that post out. This angle brace is gonna be gone. All these stringers will be gone. This 4x6 is good here, seems really solid on both sides. That 6x6 is questionable, but just like before, I'll work my way down, and all that base plate is just garbage, so that's all gonna come out. So I bought a bunch of pressure treated 2x4 again for this side. So next step is we'll get this stuff out of the loft and see what else kind of treasures we have. Well, so far the demo is going okay. Got a joist hanging out here. Got the base plate cut up to this 4x6. This 4x6 will stay. Just has some very minor surface damage from termites. It's real solid. I'll save this old 2x4 and I'll cut it up to go on either side of the 4x4 that will go up to this joist. But this section of base plate needs to come out as well, to include the section underneath this 4x6. So again, I'm going to go into some uncharted territory here. I'm probably going to I'm going to have this 4x6 probably suspended from out there in outer space, because I need to get that rotten base plate out from underneath it. So I'll prop it up in some crazy way, as I always do, and I'll support that beam going across with jack post or whatever, and then it should be okay. It should just be hanging out there. So I just need to keep that gap, so I put a new base plate down there. I'm probably going to have to put some shims or something in there, though, because the base plate that's in place is an old 2x4, which means it's actually 2 inches by 4 inches, not like our modern 2x4s, which are an inch and a half by 3.5. So I'll need to get some shims up in there and do something just to keep it nice and tight and screw it back in place. But anyway, that's what's going on. I got it stripped as far as I'm going to do work. I'm still on the fence about this 6x6 here. It's really solid throughout, except for this section right here. I've scraped all that out with a screwdriver. It's kind of hard to see, but I'll put my finger. You know, it's 1.5 inches deep, 2 inches in some spots. As far as being, you know, soft goes, it's only up to like my first knuckle. It looks probably a lot worse than it is, but for the most part, that post is solid. I mean, I cannot jam a screwdriver in it anywhere, so I'll probably keep it in place. I want to try to keep some of this barn in place, you know. But again, this one will have to be suspended because that base plate under everything is just rotten as it can be. Got the chickens helping out here because apparently all the bugs and worms are attacking, so they're working on getting them all out for us. There's those cool windows again. But anyway, that's what I'm doing right now. Oh, the other thing. Supposed to be we want to put a door in, okay? So when this side of the barn here, you look and see that 2x4 that's going across beyond the pole saw, that's going to eventually be a 2x6 or 2x8 fastened to the wall and this first joist, because this is where the stairs are going to be. So we figured it would be good, step back here so you can see, on this end right here, basically from that joist over, put a door. I think it's going to be a 32 or 34 inch door. But of course you don't have it in stock at Lowe's. I need to order it. So I'm trying to think of how I'm going to frame that door in while I'm waiting for it. So I'm going to do my normal 4x4 coming down here. I just got to take some measurements, and that'll be somehow part of the rough framework for this pre-hung door. I'm going to do an outdoor steel door right here. Hopefully it doesn't take too much away from the barn look, but so that way you don't have to get in and out by constantly opening what will be the big barn doors up front. Just a regular entryway door, as you guys know. Cannot wait to get all this stuff stored and put away the right way. We're basically robbing Peter to pay Paul inside this barn as we get around here to move things away from the wall so I can work. Then all the crap gets moved to the other side. So anyway, that's the update. So what I'm doing right now is I'm finishing cutting out that old 2x4 there. I'll cut out that piece of base plate, somehow prop this thing up here, then cut out the rest of the base plate that's underneath it. And then I will put, I think that's right about, I'll probably have to use a pressure treated 2x4.5 to get that distance. That's about 12 feet. So I won't quite get it with my 8-footer. So anyway, that's what's going on. I'll get you some other stuff going on here shortly. Chicken. All right. No pain. Okay, so everything's pretty much cut that I want cut right now. Nope, I gotta get that base plate out of there. See where somebody at one time took under this sill, they screwed all these jar lids for storing stuff, and there was a couple jars still hanging under there, but one says creamy something. Most of them are rusted. I should take these off here and take a look at them, but they're just really brittle. Something preserves, homemade preserves. Mistress homemade preserves. And then this is, I don't know, maybe I'll take these off and look at them and see what the products actually were that the cans came in. Oh yeah. Tar paper. Okay, we're at a great stopping point here tonight. I got the base plate up in between these 2-3 posts, and just look how nice and clean that concrete is underneath there. Now that's after taking the base plate off and taking the tar paper up, but that stuff basically looks like it did before the base plate was put down 100 years ago, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, didn't get a lot of work done today. Well, I did. I got this whole thing ready to start building tomorrow, but I got a lot of work to do. I'm gonna have to jack this section here, and I'll probably put a jack underneath this joist, which has these 3 big spikes going in to that post, plus the post is nailed up there. So I think if I put a jack right here under this joist and just put it on a board on the dirt floor, that'll hold up that post enough when I take the reciprocating saw and cut out the rest of that base plate underneath it. And I'll go ahead and slide in 8 feet of base plate. This was almost 12 feet. It's 11 feet 7 inches. I just measured it, so it's a pretty good guess. So that's the first thing I'll do in the morning. Jack that up, at least get some pressure on it. Get that last piece of rotten base plate out from underneath that post. The post is real solid. I'll get the base plate. I'm going to put some liquid nails down because this top of this foundation is really, it's like wavy and just, you know. So I'm going to put some liquid nails down, and then I'll put the base plate down and get the tap cons in. At least 8 feet. We'll probably take it about right there to that crack. Maybe a little further than that. And then we'll start building. I'll keep thinking on this framing job here. I got to get a 4x4 underneath the end of that joist and underneath the end of that one. This section in here will be easy. That's just putting the 4x4 in, then putting the horizontal stringers on either side of that 4x4, attaching to the 6x6 and the 4x6. I think I am going to keep that big 6x6 in there, solid for the most part. I have to check the top though because it looks kind of nasty up in there. I need to double check, just make sure one last time. But anyway, that's what's going to happen tomorrow. I should get a lot of stuff built tomorrow. I just won't be able to get this sided over here because I need to figure out the framing for this door, and that's going to be, it's going to hold me up a little bit. But I can just leave this section, I guess, unsided, or I can leave it all unsided, whatever. I can get all the structure done, and I don't know. I'd like to get some siding. I'll at least put it on this section here, because like I've said before, siding is structural integrity for these pole buildings. So anyway, that's what's going on. It's time for dinner. It's about 7 o'clock, and it's I guess the 1st of April today, so no April Fool's jokes here, and we'll get another video out tomorrow. Tomorrow's Sunday, April 2nd, and we'll be working on this probably all day. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, share with your friends, you know the deal, and as always, keep getting after it.